What's going on, folks, and welcome back to the OnePride podcast. Woo! We're back. Woo! I'm so excited. Woo! And we are about to get it, and we are here with the great folks, one who just fell out. First being Mark Orm from Orm's Forum. What's going on, man? You excited?
What's going on, fellas? Yeah, man, I'm super excited, man. Let's have a good show tonight. What's going on, guys?
Woo! We're all back. It's been a minute. It has been a minute.
Been a hot minute.
Woo! A very, very hot minute. And we got the big, strong D himself who just left the building. Now he's back. We got Noble Sports. What's going on, TA?
What's going on? Where the party at? Let me know so I can get there.
Hey.
Yeah.
How do you not know? It's right here.
Let's go.
And we have the
You're here, bro.
The man, the myth, the man who makes onions cry. He is back, folks. He is back. That's Travis Troxel from Troxel Sports Talk. What's going on, man?
What's going on? Hey, it's been a long time, fellas. I'm excited to be back. I just got to make sure that it's cool with the MVP and things like that. But as long as she's good, she's gonna let me do YouTube for a little bit.
That's good, man. That's absolutely good. And we are happy for you to be back. Even though I think you got your strong hand back, right? Use your strong hand. It's back.
I got one hand still.
Wrist action. Got that.
Hey.
Got that.
All you need is one good hand, and you are good to go.
Hey, what was that guy?
Go ahead, TA.
That guy that played that had that shrivel hand. I forgot the name of that movie.
Scary movie?
Scary movie.
Yeah, scary movie. Yeah, scary movie. He had that little hand.
Yeah, that little hand, man. It does.
My strong hand.
Got that little hand.
As long as you got one, you're good to go.
That's right.
That was a nasty hand, though.
Hey, Tone. Tone, that was a nasty hand. Tone, what's going on, man? He's excited.
What's up, Dave?
Hey.
What's going on, Tom?
Travis Troxel from Troxel Sports Talk. Can you do me a favor and give a shout out to the folks that are in the chat time now?
Absolutely. We got Kyle Webb, Andrew Lunsford, the Infinite Sports Network. If you're not subscribed to the Infinite Sports Network, definitely do so. We got Ryan Zarzecki. We got OnePride Nation. We got PS2 Sports Gaming. We have Sandra Walker.
Hey.
Peace and Quiet. MicroMike is in the building. Jorge is in the building. What's going on, Jorge? We got Smiles Place. Alexander Kimura. We have Abdul Terrell in the building.
Top tier.
We got Top Tier in the building. What's going on? Hilarious broadcast. Hilarious. Michael Gutierrez. Hopefully I said your last name proper. We got V Wilson and Go Lions. What's going on, everybody?
Woo! Woo! That took a little bit of a long time, man. I think I almost had a heart attack. If you are a Detroit Lions YouTuber, let us know, and we will shout you out, as well as if you're a YouTuber as well, just like Hilarious Broadcast, who is my kid. Make sure you subscribe to their channel. Also, Infinite Sports Network, subscribe to that channel. Folks, we're putting all our content together on one channel and giving it to you. So guess what? That's a lot of videos. I mean, a lot. I mean, you're talking about the grid, the Mike, the TA, the Travis Troxel, the Mark Orm from Orm's Forum. We got it all. So make sure you subscribe to that channel, because guess what? It's going to be fun. And we're going to do special broadcasts there as well. But let's get straight into the show, and let's get into it right now. TA of Noble Sports. We just found out today that there's no preseason games. None. It's gone. What's your thoughts?
Who cares? Nobody cares. No, it's all good. Man, this is gonna have a significant on you for now, because to see the young guys play, and it's a lot of guys need to make the roster, and now you're gonna have basically everything from training camp to find your talent. And as crazy and as weird as it is, it is what it is. It's one of those asterisk type years, but hey, you know what I'm saying? Better days are coming. Better days are coming.
Tone, what do you think, man? Found out that there's no preseason games. We're going from 0 to 100 real quick.
I'm actually not surprised. I've heard the NFLPA has kind of wanted this for a while. I'm pretty sure they at first they wanted 2, but then they decided they would just rather have 0. And I expected them to eventually get it to 0. And so when it came out, when the news broke, I wasn't really surprised.
Okay, Mark Orem, you got a very nice long answer.
Yeah, what Tone says, they're not too surprised about it because I know the players didn't want this or anything like that. They haven't playing preseason for a while now, so there's a lot of guys that just don't even play right in preseason. But obviously now with this COVID and stuff like that, safety first, right? It's just the only thing, man. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt the young guys, TA was trying to get at too. So you're gonna see all these late draft picks and stuff like that. These guys are gonna have a tough time making a squad now, and we've talked about this in the past too. So now this is going to be even harder on the coaches, harder on the organization. What are you going to do with guys now? What are you going to do? It's going to really come out on how these coaches are, how good of a coach, how good of an organization really are you now? Now that these are big decisions, because now you're just going off guys in practice and and how our practice is going to be. So this is going to be tough, man. You're going to have to judge guys just solely on practice and film room and all that kind of stuff. So it sucks that we don't get the football, but it's just, like TA said, man, better times are ahead. I hope, man.
Best B, I see that we got 29 in the chat. We have 28 thumbs up and 6 thumbs down. I know something about you. It's okay, though. It's okay, because we're all about having some fun. Travis Troxel from Troxel Sports Talk. Let me know your feelings. No preseason games.
Well, I am a little upset because, these are the times where you have, like you guys all said, your late round draft picks, your undrafted free agents, all these other guys that, are trying to really put themselves in a position to where, hey, either I'm going to stick with the Detroit Lions, or I'm going to try to find a different home for the 2020 season. When you don't have that, it really puts you behind the 8 ball. And, and we have Corey Unlin, our new defensive coordinator. It puts him in a bad position as well, because, hey, I got to get there on that field to really coach them hands-on. And I really can't, because, there was the whole COVID thing. Rookie mini camps were gone. All these other things were gone. So it's we're really behind the 8 ball, and it goes across the board for all 32 teams. But it's just, it's you need those preseason games to get off this rust. You haven't played a game since minimum December. For some teams, you got, into February or even January. So it's you got to shake this rust off. What do and that's where it's going to really hurt.
That's facts. That is facts. You know what I think about this? It sucks, man. Okay. I like football. And the less football I get, it's a kick in the footballs to me. And that sucks, man. That sucks. Ouch. I really enjoy looking at young prospects and seeing how they can evolve into this team. We always see individuals, undrafted rookies, get up on there and make some noise and making the team. And I think you're going to have a less of a chance this year with not having these guys on the field, because, again, you could be really good when you're training at practice, but you can be terrible in the game. We've seen it many, many times, and I don't want that to happen again. And guess what, guys? We don't have preseason games, so I know we always hear, oh, preseason sucks. It's boring. Yeah, you're about to see what boring is. We ain't going to have nothing now, man. I enjoy it.
Exactly.
I enjoy doing my research and listening. 6 dumbs down. Yes, it is dumbs down. Never seen that many in one podcast. You guys must be doing something right. I know.
Yeah, it's all good.
I
It's all
know.
good.
Oh, good, man.
Hey,
It's
that's
all good.
facts.
It's all facts, but
It comes with the territory of doing YouTube.
It definitely comes with the territory and doing YouTube. And when it comes to preseason, guys, I really enjoy watching these young guys. I really, really enjoy it. And unfortunately, we're not going to be able to see that. And that sucks. But let's talk about there's positive things that's going to take place with not having preseason, and there's negative effects. Tone, what is a positive thing that can come out of not having preseason games?
Well, I think it could. I think it's going to affect certain teams more than others. Like the Vikings. The Vikings had lost. The Vikings are replacing. They putting in a lot of new pieces and a lot of new young players, and it might be harder for them compared to Lions, who picked up guys like Jamie Collins and Danny Shelton and Deron Harmon. These are all guys who come from the Patriot scheme. The scheme has already been implemented for about a couple years. Okuda, even he's a new guy. He's been talking with Darius Slay, Trufant. So it's gonna affect. I think the positive. I wonder if there really is a positive.
Yeah.
I don't even know if really is a positive. Because the negative would be you get less the younger guys, especially undrafted rookies, really late round picks, have a harder chance of making a roster now. Especially because you have no preseason games and you have no joint camps. So now you're really just playing against your own team the whole time, and it's going to be harder for some guys to stand out that way. I don't know if there really is a positive. The only positive is players might stay safer. Oh, could prevent injuries. That's really the positive.
Yeah,
some guys,
sure.
yeah.
For sure.
Injuries.
Preventing injuries is the biggest thing. TA, what say you? What's a positive aspect of not having preseason games besides chipping your tooth, watching a game and not getting whatever you want?
Yeah, just back off what Spoon just said. Same thing, like injuries, especially players. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, guys from being some guys in season and then the rest of the season. Can you hear me?
It's Robot TA going in and out. So we will go ahead and pass this one to Mark really quick. What's a positive thing when it comes to not having a preseason game?
Man, you know what? Just what Antonio was saying, man. I'm trying to find a positive in it, and I'm having a little bit of a tough time with that. I guess health, of course, getting sick, but you're still practicing with each other, so there's a chance there you're going to get sick, and then I'm trying to go health as in the bodily harm, but then you're practicing against each other. So I can't really find a positive thing about not having football, about not having preseason, because it's all about reps in football. Mm-hmm. It's all about reps, guys. You guys know that, man. I think it's going to be really tough, and I'm having a real tough time trying to find a positive in there. I guess health, of course, you know what I mean? So I guess just health and stuff like that. Just health, bodily and mentally, I guess.
Okay.
Sickness. Okay. Yeah. So
sickness and in health. Right.
And health, man.
Health. Travis Troxel.
I do.
What say you, man? What's a positive aspect of not having preseason?
Well, a positive aspect would be the other 32 teams doesn't know what you're going to put out there. The level of, hey, what's going to happen? What are they trying to run? What are they trying to do? We got the Chicago Bears week 1. In my opinion, that is a great thing to do, because not only do you have a division game, you got the Chicago Bears who have 9 tight ends. Okay.
I thought it was 12.
Hey,
man,
it could be 15 by the end of this week. You never know.
Man,
it might be.
That's facts, man.
I mean, hey, they might be able to trade for Eric Ebron. Who knows? It's the Chicago Bears. But you play the Chicago Bears, so they're not going to know what our defense is going to look like. Remember, the last time they seen us, we had Paul Pepperoni as our defensive coordinator. They're not going to have that edge on us anymore because they don't see preseason games. They're not going to know how we're going to line up. They're not going to, there's no joint practices. There's none of that. So it really puts the Detroit Lions in a real good spot because of that element of unknown. And they're going to be like, okay, well, I guess we're going to have to practice again, when we go play Detroit, like we played them last year, because, offensively, outside of health, they're pretty much the same. They only added DeAndre Swift and Cephas and things like that, and maybe a new offensive line. So they're going to kind of play that the same, but defensively, they're not going to know how to attack us, because guess what? Without those preseason games, and without those times for injuries, now you're going to get a healthy team, and you don't know how they're going to line up or, things like that, because you have a new defensive coordinator.
Okay, so a positive asset is OnePride Nation is a Detroit Lions YouTuber. Subscribe to his channel. He's a young guy. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. Also, health, man. I mean, just like Mark said, our team had, 21 people on IR? 21! And in our luck, Matthew Stafford would go down in the preseason. That's our luck. Hey, DeAndre Swift, there he goes. Meaningless game. Let's go. Hey, let's go ahead and give Kerryon Johnson back to the IR squad. We need to have an MVP IR squad. That's our luck. So that's a positive thing. You got to look positive. Another positive thing is we got 70 in the chat, 41 likes. Let's get those likes up. I would love to get 70 likes really quick. Again, it is health. And to me, that's what you got to look forward to. I'm a guy who says embrace the suck. Okay,
right.
It sucks not having preseason. So how can I look in the bright side? Well, another thing is we're probably going to have a regular season. That's a positive thing. Absolutely. So you got to keep it a positive manner. Let's go there, and we'll do that for sure. And so, TA, what's a negative outlook for not having a preseason game? TA is MIA.
Mike, can you hear me? Mike?
Yes. What is a negative aspect for having no preseason games?
The negative look at that is basically that you will not get a chance to, if you're a rookie coming in, you won't get a chance to learn everything that you need to learn. You're going to be put out there on the fly. So you're going to be plug and play and let's go. Now, the negative effect of it is that, trying to build that team camaraderie and getting guys to buy in from day one. And you got to make sure that everybody is on the same page and things of that nature. So you got a lot to do. And then you're trying to evaluate the roster and look at the roster and see that you made the right decision with the players that you're going to pick. Because I believe it's not 53 anymore. You can have 55 guys. So you got to make sure you evaluate and you got the right talent on the roster.
Okay, we got the Gridiron Blitz on the cellular phone. Gridiron Blitz, what's going on, man?
What's up? Hey, Mike, guys, fellas, you can't see me. My time is now. What's up, y'all? You literally cannot see me.
I literally cannot see you. Literally, I cannot see you.
You literally cannot. What's up, everybody? I just want to shout everybody out in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to Everton Sports Network, which is being manned by me today. Fellas, I just wanted to say, as you guys were talking,
you're going in and out, Grid.
Oh, come on. Can you hear me? 1-2.
Okay.
Am I there?
Yeah, you're better.
Yeah, you there.
Okay. All right. 1-2. All right. I was going to say the positive is probably the lack of injury. Remember, we lost Jermaine Kearse last year in that very first game, and he probably was going to be our number 4 receiver. And we lost him in a freak accident. Who knows if that could happen to a Matthew Stafford or, God forbid, Kenny Galladay, something like that. And I think the negative, guys, is those guys who are going to be jockeying for positions on teams. They will not have an opportunity to get reps in an actual game. So like Travis was saying earlier, there's a difference between playing your own team and then playing a competitive game against a team that's trying to play you a little tougher, trying to put some hits on you. So I think those guys like those guys that's on the bubble. Will Jamal Agnew make the cut? Probably not. But now he's going to have to really wow his coaches more than usual in order to be able to solidify a place on this team. So I
Right.
think that while if you be safe from injury, we don't know what we're going to get. But hey, guys, maybe with the Detroit Lions, that's a good thing. I don't know. We shall see.
We shall see, but I do see that we got 95 in the chat. Let's get those likes up. I see we got 69 likes up. Let's get that all the way to 95.
Well, let me say this real quick, Mike, before I get out of here. I'm going to call it back, but since I ain't there, man, I'm going to give you the, oh, my God. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Keep up the good work, gentlemen. I will holler at y'all a little later.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So, Tone, you said, man. Go ahead, Tone, speak.
Oh, I was saying, what's the negative? A negative is young teams and teams that are implementing a lot of new players are probably going to suffer from this, because you got especially let's, for example, probably like, who's a team that's implementing a lot of new pieces? Maybe like the Eagles, for example, right? You got to bring in Darius Slay, right? He got to learn a brand new scheme, and he's barely had he's had like half an off season to learn that, and he's younger teams implementing a lot of new players. They're probably gonna struggle from this. If you have a lot of veterans, they might really the teams with veterans might really be the teams that start off really, really well, because everybody's gonna be rusty, and the veterans out of everybody's gonna be the most prepared. That's really the negatives I could think of. Of course, there's the fact that younger, a lot of undrafted players are gonna have a tougher time making the roster now, because before, like, you had preseason, you had training camps, you had the rookie camps, you had some people even had joint practices. You got all these opportunities to prove you should be on this roster. So now, especially like that initial depth chart is going to really matter for a lot of guys, because it's going to be hard to move on that depth chart, especially in practices. And with the lack of preseason, practices are probably going to be a lot harder than they usually are, a lot more physical. So guys, because you're not going to have the in-game reps of the physicality. So you're probably going to up the physicality at your practices. That might end up getting guys more injured earlier in the process than they usually would be. Those are probably just some negatives I could think of.
Woo! Chuck Howard, what's going on, man? Welcome to the chat. Wilson, believe the hype. What's going on, Don Burr? Heatwave TV, welcome all to the chat. I see you, OnePride Nation. Don't worry. It's going to get real negative by the end of this week when some news is dropped about your boy, and I can't wait to talk about it. But what say you, Mark? What is negative to having no preseason games?
Well, I think we're all in agreement about the one thing. It's just that there's not going to be enough reps to go around to see guys. It's going to be tough for these late draft picks to get in there, and just like they're going to just have to completely rely on film for practices. And then like Tone says, how are practices going to be? Are they going to up the practices? Are they going to make it more physical? Because they got to be careful with that kind of stuff, because the union won't allow that kind of garbage. You know what I mean? Like, there's guys that will cry in the NFL if they're getting pushed too hard, and we've all seen it and we've all heard it. So it's just like the negatives are going to be bad, man. Like, there's going to be tougher decisions. Like, now you're going to have to see, like I said earlier, now you're going to see what kind of coach you have, what kind of coaches do you have. They're going to have to make a lot more tougher decisions, and it's going to be, they could just make a little mistake on one guy, man, just cut a guy, and then like, well, this kid turns out to be a stud, but you never got a chance to see him because there was no preseason games. And it's hardest to rely on practice because, man, when you play football, practicing and playing is two different things, man. It really is. Me, I hated the practice when I played football, okay? I hated it. And it's like, I'll tell you right now, man, I gave about 70, 60% effort in practice. I did. I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh my God! You didn't want that strong D. You wanted that nice softy, huh?
No, hey, listen, man. I didn't let anybody push. I didn't let anybody push me around or nothing like that.
For the world,
I let nobody push me around.
I wasn't pushing hard. Not at all.
It's different, man. It's a different mentality. I know people say, man, you got to practice like you play. You don't, man. A lot of players don't. So it's like it's going to be a lot tougher to gauge players and their level of play. Coaches are in for it, man. They are in for it. They got to make some big decisions, man. And I hope we have the guys in place to do it, to make
Elijah
those
Wood,
tough decisions.
what's going on, brother? Dolo Dynamite, I appreciate you. Below zero, what's going on, man? And I appreciate you. Look, folks, we got 109 in the chat with 74 likes. Let's get it all the way to 100. Let's get 100 likes. Let's go. We can do it. Travis Troxel.
Let's go.
Travis Troxel. Tell me a negative about having only 0 preseason games.
Well, it's the game reps. It's the coaching staff. It's our general manager. It's all these things that, you need as an organization. Those are valuable reps. Those are valuable time to really scout your players and other players on different teams.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get that opportunity with no preseason. You don't have real life game situations that, you could go and look at different tapes and things like that on, because there's no preseason anymore. So it's really going to be a hard pill to swallow. But, hopefully if this is the year that Detroit could do anything, this is the time. Hey, you want to make a name for yourself, you go out there, you take names by kicking tails. And
hey, I'm with you, man. Take names and kicking tails, just like we got 167 in the chat. Wow, I appreciate you. You guys are MVPs. This has been happening a lot as of late. I appreciate you. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to my channel and everybody on the panel. We are Infinite Sports Network, where we talk all things football, not just Detroit Lions. Also, you'll see an Infinite Sports logo in the chat. When you see it, subscribe to that channel. All our content goes on there. We do live shows every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. EST, and it's all about having fun. It's having a good time talking Detroit Lions and other football as well. Subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. That's how the content gets pushed above others. There's other individuals out there that it's important for us to push their content and get it out there, because guess what? YouTube is a big man's game. Negative.
I do want to butt in real quick and make sure you guys subscribe to the Infinite Sports Network channel, because there's going to be exclusive content on that channel that it's not going to be on our channel. It's going to be directly straight onto that channel. So you don't want to miss out. We're going to have a whole lot of fun with that channel as well. Mm-hmm. So, definitely subscribe to that channel.
It is right there. It's the one with the hand on there. Infinite. It's a hand. That's it. That's Infinite. 173 in the chat. Let's get those likes up, guys. How do we have 106 likes up? Let's get that thing all the way to 150. Let's do it. Negative. What's going on, Marcus Willis? I haven't seen you in a couple days. What's going on? So negative. Here's the deal, fellas. Here's the deal. It's also health. How did these guys get strong? It's through practicing against pads, against competitive and other teams. You do that through games. You do that through a combination of practices against other teams. That's not going to occur. We need to make sure. I get it when it comes to COVID, but at the same time, I don't want these guys to rip an Achilles. I don't want these guys to get hurt in major pain in that way. And so to me, injury is a concern because the lack of game field play. Also, I want to see and evaluate the young talent. It sucks. There's going to be guys. If you look at Bo Scarborough, he was a 7th round pick, I think 235th overall to the Dallas Cowboys, who, if we went to have any sort of combination of learning through other, not just Detroit Lions preseason games, but through other preseason games, we cannot evaluate the talent. And so, unfortunately, we're going to lose talent out there, and that really, really sucks, in my opinion. I understand it's boring, guys. Yes, it is boring, but not seeing the young talent, it sucks. It sucks worse, man. In my opinion, it sucks worse. So we're going to go on and go to the next question, and that's what the Gridiron Blitz broke. And he, not just Everson Griffen, but also Williams, Travis Troxel. Will you explain to the folks what our own Gridiron Blitz broke about Everson Griffen and what it means?
Well, I'll tell you what. If Everson Griffen comes to Detroit, the Gridiron Blitz will be Blitzadamus, because he will be on fire.
I just thought wasn't paying attention.
I like it. Blitzadamus.
He's an alchemist.
Coming in on a Trojan horse.
Don't talk about Trojans and big strong D's.
Blitzadamus.
Oh, man.
Bum, 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 bum.
Hey, hold on. I got that one for you, Mike.
There it is. There it
Mic
is.
drop.
Let's get those likes up while he's. Oh, I love it, Trox. I love that sound. That's the greatest. That's the greatest, man. So go ahead, talk about Griffen. Go ahead, talk about him, man.
Well, I love Everson Griffen coming to Detroit. That whole idea, because not only does he do his job, which is what Matt Patricia came from, that New England way, do your job. You do your job, guess what? It's going to make the guy next to you that much better. It's going to make the guys behind you that much better, or the guys in front of you that much better. So he does his job. Even at 32 years old, he still gets the quarterback down. And one thing we lacked all last year, even with a healthy team or an injured team, was getting the quarterback on his backside. He does that. And also, with all that game knowledge that he has, he's going to teach the younger guys to get better. And and the icing on the cake is he knows the NFC North. He knows the Minnesota Vikings. He knows the Green Bay Packers. He knows the Chicago Cubs.
Chicago Cubs.
Yes. Hey, when you got 12 tight ends, you are the Chicago Cubs.
You got more tight ends on your team than any other positional group. It's supposed to be one of the least smallest groups.
But you know all these teams. You even know our team. So you're going to know how to help us to get better. I absolutely want him here.
Yeah, okay. And what about you, TA Noble Sports? What do you think about the breaking news that Everson Griffen is like, let's effing go?
Man, when I heard the news, I was ecstatic, man. I was like, man, I couldn't really baffle what was going on and what was being said. But when I saw the words and he said, let's go, man, he's ready, man. He's ready. I know the thing about Everson, he's basically trying to scout the teams out to see, what the teams are trying to do, probably look at the facilities, look at the trainers, the staff. He just want to get acclimated with the team. So that's probably why he hasn't signed yet. But at the same time, yes, you need Griffen on the pass rush, because when you look at it, you know what I'm saying? And it's no knock to Romeo. He's all right, but he's not, you know what I'm saying? He's not a dog. You know what I'm saying? He's a solid player, but he's not a dog. And Everson Griffen has that dog in him. So you need to have a dog out there. And I definitely think that Everson Griffen brings that to the table, which will make our defense legit, because, Trey Flowers earning his money this season, he's going to have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Trey Flowers is going to have to play out that contract this season, because we as the fans, when you give a guy a large amount of money like that, we want to make sure that at least we're getting our money's worth. And this season, that's what we want from Trey Flowers, to give us our money worth as fans. But at the same time, having an Everson Griffen on the squad will make this team better on defense. I'm not saying that the Lions are going to be a defense, but if they're in the middle of the road or middle of the pack, I they'll have a better defense than they had last year because last season they were bottom feeders on defense, and this year adding an Everson Griffen to the team make the team explosive and make the team better.
This is a mic. It is now dropping. I'm sorry. Why do I do this to you, Mark Orem from Orem's Forum? Why do you always go after TA? Mark, you have to pull up the rear with the gear. And this thing is going to
This is going to grind your gears, buddy.
This is going to grind your gears. Like, there's 168 in the chat with 149 likes. Let's get it all the way to 168. But what say you? What say you, Mark? What do you think about EG saying LFG in regards to coming to Detroit? What do you think about that, man?
Well, that got me coming out of my skin, man, when I saw that on Twitter. I was fired up, man, when I seen that, man. I've been actually hitting him up on Twitter, see if he'd respond to me. Mark. He's not responding to me though. But I've been sending him some posts here and there, trying to get a response from him, man. But yeah, that got me fired up, man, when I heard that, because just like the guys have been saying, we don't know who's going to be that second guy. You know, It's Trey Flowers right now. He's that other DN, but who's the second guy, man? Is it Romeo? Is it going to be Austin Bryant? Is it going to be Julian Aquara? Like, who's it going to be? Is it going to be Hand? Like, there's a lot of question marks on there. And Quinn, what are you waiting for? Go get him.
Right.
I don't know. Yep. Like, if they're serious about winning, they got the money. We have the money. Go get him. I don't know. Like I understand what TA was saying, that he's overlooking teams because he's probably a little bit of a hot commodity. He's not, he's 32, but he can still get to the quarterback. He's got the talent. So he's probably looking over teams. He's looking over different teams. But if I was if I was Bob Quinn and I seen something like that, and these guys see that, they see stuff, man, on social media. Like, get on the phone with that man. Let get him in the building. Let's go, man. Pay that man. Go get him. Okay.
I agree that we have 184 in the chat with 149 likes up. We can't get to 150. Come on, man. Tone, what do you think about
Let's get to 200, Mike. Skip it. Let's get to 200.
Let's get to 200. Yeah, let's skip 150. What say you, Tone? What do you think about Everson Griffen? I think you have a little different view compared to the rest. Tone, I'm speaking to you.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yes.
Tone, go ahead, man.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
He okay. He don't really push the needle for me though, for the Lions.
Yep.
Like if let's say I had the Lions going 6-10 this season. If we pick up 8% Griffen, I would still have us at the same record. If we was talking about Everson Griffen from 2015, maybe, but he's been, it's kind of been decline pretty much every single year. I mean, he's still a good pass rusher.
Yeah.
Plus, but he's kind of been declined every single year. That's even including the fact that he's been one of the best defenses in the league, and he's had one of the best pass rushers in the league right next to him in Danielle Hunter, who was amazing last year. Also, I really want to see with Julian because I really like Julian. I also liked Austin Bryant when he was playing at Clemson. I didn't really see a big difference between him and Clinton Farrell when they both came out. One went number 4, one went like the 4th, 5th round. See how he looks when he's healthy. I want to see how Julian looks coming back from his leg injury. I think he could really add a lot to the pass rush. The only really thing I like, because I think about it, if you integrate Griffen into the defense, what kind of defense are we playing? Are we going to run some more 4-man fronts? If we are, then AG would work pretty well in those situations. But what if we run a lot of 3-man fronts? Well, that means guys like Julian, Austin Bryant are going to be on the field less, which is A, going to hurt our coverage, and B, we're not going to be able to see what they can do less, or we might bump Everson Griffen or Trey Flowers in the inside, which they can do, but you do that, you're not using them to their best. You're using them like they can do those things, but you don't want them doing those things. EG just really he don't push the needle like that for me, I think he's a good player. He could be, a nice piece. Yeah. But I don't think he changes the projection of the team like that. Okay.
I wonder if the Gridiron Blitz, is he back on? If he is on, let me know. I will let him speak his mind. This is his man, Travis Troxel from Troxel Sports Talk. You got to let me know if he's on.
All right, we got the Gridiron Blitz back in the building.
Hey, what's up? Hey, Mike, you better word that a little differently, man. You better word that a little differently. Okay, let me holler at you, Tom. Let me holler. I know he's not very fond of EG. Well, let me tell you something. EG is a dog, and he will provide what we need. You tell me, who do we have on the other side? We got Romeo, and Julian. And that's it. We don't know what Austin Bryant has. Everson Griffen is a start. I'm telling you, everybody's acting like he's so old. He's so old. The man is 32 years old. And he outperformed the Davian always hurt current. So I don't feel no type of way about it. But, that's like wow, man. And here's the deal. We got 97 for 37 times on Twitter right now. 97 push-ups is good.
I can barely hear you, man.
Yeah.
You can barely. Yo.
Better.
Yo.
All right, better.
All right, yo, man, Sprint, I'm telling you. Go with Metro PCS. Leave Sprint alone. Man, so what I'm gonna say is we got a hashtag going on Twitter right now. EG to the D. Bring EG to the D. Everson Griffen is slept on, and he knows it. So I'm trying to tell you that if you come here, and I think guys is between three teams. It's the Philadelphia Eagles, the Seattle Seahawks, and the Detroit Lions. I have no inside information, but I really believe that the familiarity with the Minnesota Vikings will help bring him here. It's just an issue of, does he think Matt Patricia is the guy? Does he believe it? And we need Lions fans to go out on Twitter and help convince EG to come. But EG will make some noise wherever he goes, man. Please believe that.
Yes,
Mike,
I think he is underwater like Aquaman right now.
I have something new to say because Gray just brought up a point that I didn't really think of.
God.
Okay, all right. Well, you got the point.
Oh, here we go.
Gray brought up some I didn't really think about. So Gray was talking when he talked about how we don't know what Austin Bryant's going to grip, and I thought about it. I was thinking when Trey Flowers came here, when Mike Daniels came here, when they both came here, they both played worse than they were other places because they were in better defenses. They were in better defenses surrounded by better players. Trey picked it up, Mike Daniels didn't. What's his name? Snacks, he declined. We don't know, as much as we don't know what Austin Bryant's going to give, we don't know what EG is going to give because you put him in a worse defense. Not only was he with Minnesota, one of the best and most talented defenses in the league, had Danielle Hunter, one of like a top 10 edge rusher in the league opposite of him. He also had Mike Zimmer, one of the best defensive minds in the league. And if anybody knows how to use Everson Griffen, it would be Mike Zimmer. Like he's been there such a long time. How do we as much as we don't know what we're gonna get from Julian, and as much as we don't know what we're gonna get from Austin Bryant, we also don't know what we're gonna get from EG. Like Grizz said, he's 32. 32 in the NFL is very old. If you're not a QB, once you hit the 30s, usually you start to decline. Especially if you're a D lineman who's been dishing out and getting punishment for years, especially EG, because EG didn't miss a lot of time before. Lately, not only that, because you've been seeing the decline is part of the thing. You've been seeing the decline, and he's getting older. As much as we don't know we're gonna get from our other guys, we don't know we're gonna get from EG as well.
And one thing about declining is when you decline, the salt seems to come to the surface a little bit more when you're on that decline. When everything seems to be going good, and all of a sudden you decline. And that's when the salt comes up. But some people can rise to the occasion with the chip on their shoulder, or some people don't. It just depends, Gridiron.
That's facts. And I'm gonna let y'all get on. I'm gonna let you finish. I just gotta say this. What was the common factor between a Trey Flowers and a Mike Daniels? Mike Daniels ended the 2018 season on injured reserve, and we brought him in. Trey Flowers, we paid him $90 million, and he was hurt, and he had to come around. EG has played 78% of the defensive snaps last season, played 15 games, if I'm not mistaken, and did not finish the season hurt. Okay, now I do believe that there is a reason he's not here. A lot of people feel like he might be a mental case or things like that. I simply believe it's a COVID issue. But the two things that the thing about those two gentlemen is they were both injured and we brought them in. EG is not. And a lot of people were 32 years old. Well, go tell Everson Griffen that, because the man is rarely hurt. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, somebody go check me on this, he had better production last year than he did the year before. I'm not sure on that, but I've been doing a lot of research on this guy. And like I said, I'm cool if you disagree, that's fine. I know what he did to the Lions, and I feel like he will continue to, he will be one of those people that does the opposite of what people typically do when they come to Detroit. But I'm going to let y'all finish. If I get excited, I'll call back again. All right?
You get real excited, man.
Yeah, I am, man. I'm out of breath talking about this man.
I know. You've been
on
on this train for a while, folks. I see that we got 197 in that chat. Let's get 197 likes up. I see that Lions Disease just joined us. What's going on, brother? He's a Detroit Lions YouTuber. Subscribe to his channel. Dr. Detroit, welcome, brother. Dwayne Hogan, I see you. Who won the debate, the little mini debate that just kind of came out of nowhere?
I actually have another something to say about the whole
my God.
thing. Here's the thing about
move on. I'm ready to move on, man.
It's just a short point. It's a short point. Here's the thing about the NFL. Everything changes quickly. Remember 2018 Damon Harrison, right? And think about 2019 Damon Harrison. He didn't have a huge injury that changed it. Part of it is just age. And in the NFL, one season, he went from arguably the best nose tackle in the NFL to the fact that I'm pretty sure he's not even signed right now.
No,
that's all. That's one season.
He's a crybaby, man.
Remember Cam Newton? Cam Newton went in 2015 from an MVP to 2018. That the fact that everybody was like, is he even a starting quarterback right now? Everything changes in the NFL super quickly. 1 year in the real life is like 5 years in the NFL. Everything changes extremely quickly. What happened 2 years ago, even 1 year ago, doesn't matter as much because everything changes extremely quickly. The drop off, some guys do rise up, but most guys do not. Actually, pretty much nobody ever gets to the point where they were. They either stay at the point where they either stay consistently or they dip down hard. Like guys like I just said, Damon Harrison. He was arguably the best run defender in the league last year. 2 years ago, look what he was last year.
Okay.
Huge drop-offs. Remember Glover Quinn? Huge drop-offs.
That, bro. I get it, man. I feel you. Top of the line. I appreciate you. He says, good show. If you're not subscribed to everyone here, please do so. I see we got 193 in the chat with 157 likes up. Let's get those likes up. Oh my God. JT Sports. What's going on, brother? He is a content creator as well. He does all things NFL. Subscribe to his channel. That's JT Sports. He's a friend of ours. He says the Lions are not making the playoffs this year. Well, he was a friend of ours. Now he just kind of got degraded a little.
He's no longer friends.
But he dropped a $1.99 super chat. I appreciate you, JT. He does a lot of quality content. Subscribe to his channel. Do so. I appreciate you, JT. We got to get you back up on here one of these days. This guy can go for a while as well. Now, according to media outlets, they said DeAndre Swift has the second best chance to become Rookie of the Year. What do you think about that, Mark Orm? Mark, what do you think about that? What do you think about that, Travis Truxell? Good Lord.
What's that, man? I missed all that.
What do you think about the media outlets saying that DeAndre Swift has the second best chance of becoming Rookie of the Year?
Me?
Yes, you.
Oh, I love it, man. Hey, like, why not? Well, this is like the number 2 he was rated number 2 on Madden, right? That one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what I mean? That's a video game. Who was number 1? Jonathan Taylor?
I'm not 100% sure.
It was probably Taylor or Dobbins or something. Well, makes sense, man. We all know what we're getting in DeAndre Swift. The kid's a stud. But it's a video game. You know what I mean? I'm not really into video games that much anymore. I like my old 8-bit games when I was a kid. But I'm excited for him, man. I'm excited for him.
Okay.
At least Madden got something right. Because I know. I think a lot of those NFL players, man, they hate the ratings that they get and stuff like that, and they cry about it a lot. So I'm sure he's pretty happy to be the number 2 guy. He probably wants to be number 1, but I'm sure he's cool with it.
Okay, hey, I appreciate you top of the line. That's really nice. What say you, TA? What do you think about this when it comes to DeAndre Swift? You knew about DeAndre Swift before everybody in the Detroit Lions community. We give you mad props for that. So what do you think about this, man?
What's the question? What's the question again?
DeAndre Swift, number 2 per media outlets when it comes to the Madden game and potentially being Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, I ain't into like my boy said, Orm said, the video game stuff. I'm not into that. I'm into real life and reality. He gonna be a beast.
Okay, that's a really nice answer. Holy smokes, man! We gotta wake up, guys. Let's wake up, man. Grab the brush and put on a little bit of makeup. Holy smokes!
Hey, Mike. He's gonna be he's gonna be good out there, man. I'm not thinking about Madden stats and all that type of stuff because that's a video game, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Real life and video game is 2 different things. So I definitely think that Swift is gonna be a beast out there.
This question it just fell dead. This question was the Titanic. So we're just going to move along, man. Sometimes it just happens like that. ESPN analyst states that the Lions have the 8th worst offensive skill position, Troxel. What do you think about that?
I think that whoever wrote that article, I'm about to give them a pen. They can take it home. They can even take this microphone home and don't come back till something dope hits you. Because that is all hogwash. Like the 8th worst. Come on. Like, come on now.
Come on,
stretch
man.
it just to put 8.
Come on, man. Just like these answers. Come on, man. I'm gonna get into there. It's ridiculous. The 8th worst. The Lions with you're telling me with the wide receivers they got, the tight ends they got, the running backs that they got, and the offensive line they got. Oh, and number 9's the quarterback. Come on, man. You telling me the 8th worst? They got the top 5. How in the world? The Lions offense was top 5 before Stafford went down. They were the top 10 even with David Blau at quarterback. Who? David Blau. Who? I don't know the guy's name. You're telling me they got the 8th worst? Okay, let's start this from the bottom, okay? Let's start from the bottom. Let's start with the running back position. Kerryon Johnson, Bo Scarborough, DeAndre Swift. To me, that's a pretty good 1, 2, 3. That can't be the 8th worst trio of running backs. Okay, let's start with the tight ends. TJ Hawkinson. Oh, we only just drafted him at the 8th overall pick. And then we get Jesse James, Isaac Nada. Come on, man. That's a pretty decent tight end combination. And let's talk about the wide receivers he got home. Let's just see the guy who got 11 touchdowns last year, the best in the NFL. His name was Kenny Galladay. Oh, let's not talk about no slouch. Marvin Jones Jr. is a wide receiver. He was up there as well. Hey, Danny Amendola did better than half the NFL. Number 2 wide receivers, those 600 yards. Come on. Our number 4 is Deep Ball Hall. Oh, my God. And you're saying the 8th worst? Come on. Look, I know I drink Kool-Aid. I know I go through walls of that Kool-Aid. I know it's that Mike will. It's that giving you, you get all excitement in you when you got it. But this is common sense, man. Y'all taking too much PEDs. Get off the drugs over there. Holy smokes,
Mike.
8th worst.
Mike, can I give you some? Give me
some Kool-Aid. Good Lord.
I got you some. What you just did, you did this to ESPN.
Fatality.
Come on, man. The disrespect is insane, man.
Man, you finished him.
Holy smokes. Look, I get it, man. Detroit is not a team that's on the map, but the 8th worst, that's kicking me in the gonads. It ain't true.
smashing your.
Holy golly. Tone, what do you think about that? The 8th worst?
So I actually just took a little peek at that list. Interestingly, I found that the Green Bay Packers is at 19, which is interesting because even Packers fans was upset that the Packers didn't draft a wide receiver. So,
Right, I don't understand it.
even their own fans would probably go like, "That's a little too high." 24? No. Like the
They're
Patriots,
number 1.
they got the Raiders above the Lions. The Raiders, really? The Bengals. They have all that they have is broke down AJ Green.
You got the Bengals.
I mean, the Titans, they have AJ Brown, and that's it. Like the Lions ain't the greatest, but they're definitely not 8th worst. They're at least,
Come on, man.
they're at least, if they're not average, they're at least top half. Like
Good.
8th worst, there's no way.
There's no way. And folks, Tone is the pessimistic one on here. He's not a Kool-Aid drinker like your boy. He doesn't put the Kool-Aid in IVs and stick it in his arm to get his fix on. That's not what he does. That's what I do. Okay? I love the Kool-Aid. Oh, I drink it all the time. This guy does not drink it all the time. Okay? And he's telling you that's like saying, hey, that's the sign. There's your sign. There's your sign, guys. 213 in the chat. And we got 160 likes. Come on, let's get those likes up, folks. Get it up there because we're going to get psyched just like Lions Disease dropped a $5 super chat. Subscribe to his channel. Guess what, guys? You need to subscribe to his channel because he is an awesome Detroit Lions YouTuber, and he is a pessimistic one as well because look at his names. Lions Disease. Okay, there you go. $5 super chat. Outstanding. He says, which early season game this year, like last year's Arizona game, will tell us how bad or good the season get. Yes. If we
First
have
2 games.
what first game to me, Chicago Bears.
Yeah. First 2 games to me, Mike.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Those are divisional games. Those first 2 games are divisional games.
100%. I agree with you. And Lions Disease, awesome question.
Yeah, that's a great question.
Let's get into that. Since he dropped the super chat, that's now this question. Talk about it, TA. Go off on it.
Man, when I look at the schedule, it's very, to us, we think like, yeah, we're gonna go in there and crush. Hey, pump your brakes, slow down a little bit, because I'm telling you, man, you know what happened to us last year when we came out all excited and we were supposed to kick Arizona's butt, but we did not do that. We ended up tying the game. That's a game that we needed to have, that we needed to win, and everything from after that part just went down. But those 2 games, the Lions got to play against the Bears and the Packers. Do not take those games lightly because against the Packers, we always some kind of way the ref gets involved and we get cheated against the Packers. So don't just think that you're going to come in and just win two games in a row because it could be kind of tricky and the refs could be against you in that Packers game. But in the Bears game, that's going to be always a scary type of game because it's going to be a low scoring type of game because it's going to be a defensive game. So you don't know what the Bears are truly going to do because it looks like they don't have any weapons. Well, no, they got 9 tight ends, right? They got 9 tight ends, right?
Jake Butt will be their 10th one.
But hey, Mike, but this is
like those hard tight ends, those soft ones. They love that, man, over there in Chicago.
Oh, so Eric Ebum will fit right in.
Oh, Eric Ebum would really like to be part of that hard tight end. Nice soft tight end with the Eric Ebum. You know he loves getting those balls and those tight ends, man.
Now this is the tricky part, though. Y'all silly, man. This is the tricky part right here. Because last year, guys, you remember we were 0-6, I believe, in the division, right? So don't take the game lightly against Chicago or against the Packers because we could possibly lose both of them games. So don't take it lightly because the refs might have their hand in it.
We take nothing lightly here in Detroit. If you take a game lightly, you're on crack. Period. You can't take nothing lightly. As a Lions fan, we find ways to lose games. We should have won that Arizona game. Somehow. I don't even know how it's possible. What's going on in the general view? Welcome to the chat, man. I know you're just getting out of work. I appreciate you. We need to get 50 subs today. Subscribe to this channel right there, Infinite Sports Network. If you're not subscribed, you're crazy because we're dropping content there a lot. I mean, that channel get a lot of content, original, old stuff, new stuff, and that's what it's about. Hey, what's going on, Phil Armstrong Show? Travis Troxel, tell me something, brother. What about Lions disease question? The games. What one concerns you? What should we be worrying about? We don't want to take nothing lightly, right?
Yeah, you definitely can't take nothing lightly. You got to play every game like it's a championship type atmosphere because we are the Lions. Let's keep that in perspective.
Yeah.
I love my team. I will die for my team, but we are the Lions. Like, what can go wrong usually does go wrong.
It does.
Usually,
Hey, what did the Lion need in the Wizards? What did he need?
Well,
we need a seance. We need some God. And if you love God, then you need to love Phil Armstrong Show. He is a fantastic YouTuber, one of my favorite YouTubers. Subscribe to the Phil Armstrong Show. I love this man's channel. He is a godly man, a great channel. Me and TA love his work. Subscribe to his channel.
Yes, definitely.
Hey, shout out to Phil.
Absolutely.
Shout out, Phil.
Right on. Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think, Tone? What do you think? What games concern you right in the beginning or what?
It would probably be the Packers game because the Packers game was the game maybe for me that really told me something about how the season was going to go. Between that game or the Chiefs games, probably like my top two that told me how the season was going to go. Just told me like this season is going to be extremely unlucky, and it was. It's probably the Packers game because not only we're going to play the Packers, we're going to play the Packers at Lambeau Field. We already know what happened last year at Lambeau Field.
Yeah.
Not only that, the Packers been like one of the big dogs in the division for such a long time. A lot of people kind of consider them the favorites. They won the division last year. So, and we lost, like they led for zero. Pretty sure they said they led for 0 seconds, yet they beat us twice. So if anybody would be the team that we would have that would tell us how the season would go, it would probably be the Green Bay Packers.
I'm going to tell you what I think here. The teams that I worry about immediately, especially at the beginning of the season, is the Detroit Lions because they find ways to lose. I don't know what it is, but we find ways. I worry about our team. I feel like we can beat anybody, but we potentially beat ourselves the most. And we have to win week 1. Like that, cannot lose week 1. You lose week 1 against the Bears, and then you go to Lambeau week 2. You lose that game, you're 0-2 in the division already.
Yep. You're already behind the 8 ball. Yeah.
That puts you behind the 8 ball quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Real quick. And guess what? The heat would be on Matt Patricia real quick. We might be seeing Darrell Bevel real quick, and we don't need that. So, look, I love seeing Darrell Bevel right now as offensive coordinator, but I don't want to see him as head coach because that means that something really bad happened to our team. And hopefully, we got to win those games, guys. We got to win those games immediately. To me, we just got to. I mean, this idea that we take anything for granted, we can't do that.
What we talked about before, though, for the first 4 games of the season, those games are going to be the toughest games that we play because not only do we got to play our rivals, we also got to play the Cardinals, which is a much improved team, and we got to play the Saints. And we always have a shootout with the Saints. So this thing, if we don't get this thing right, we could be 0-4 starting off the season.
If we can't be 0-4.
And the motivation's got to be there for Detroit too, the players itself, man. You know what I mean? Especially what happened in Lambeau last year. So going to Lambeau, getting screwed over like that, and then Arizona having an 18-point lead going into the 4th quarter or something like that, or like whatever it was, and then
right. It was 18.
Yeah, and then tying the game at the end, that's a loss in my eyes. So the motivation's got to be there for these players, man, going, man, we had something. We have to take control, especially that first game too, man. That first game, man, at Ford Field, let's go, man. You know what I mean?
Yes, for sure. 2-10. Patricia is 2-10 in the division. That's not good. That needs to go up. Hopefully it does. I do think we start strong, guys. I see 151 are in the chat, 161 likes. I'd love to reach 200 likes. So if you've not hit a like, please do so. It really helps the content out. It really helps bring our content out there. And we like to go against the legacy media. The legacy media decides to destroy our city. And so we like to bring it out there. And I love the fact there's a lot of people that listen to the content that's not from the United States, all over the world. So if you're not from the United States, hit a like button, bring that up there, and show some love to the fellas here. And that's the way we like to do it, because Lions fans are all over the world. And if you're not a Lions fan, guess what? We do content not just about Detroit Lions. This is just a OnePride podcast. So make sure you subscribe to everybody on the channel. Willie McGinnis says, be patient and let Patricia build. What's your thoughts, TA?
Man, I'm listening to him and I understand what he's saying. You know, I understand what he's saying.
I know where it's going, man.
You know,
I know. Just go, let it out.
Hey, how patient can you be, man? How patient can you be? Like, this is the year. I know, I understand that the COVID thing happened, so they probably end up giving him another year because of this thing, but I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, can Patricia do it? Can the guys believe in him? You know what I'm saying? You got the guys that didn't believe in the system out of here. Can Patricia carry the load, because he has a heavy burden to be able to carry this Lions team to the next level, because we've had nothing but carousels of coaches come in, and you're tired of the carousel. So I want Patricia to be successful, but can he really do it? Can the guys buy in day one for Matt Patricia to be able to change this team around? And if he's not, he's going to be gone. And that's the facts. If he don't get the job done, he's going to be out of there. And we're going to have the coach, we got a whole nother crew of people, because nobody can turn this franchise around. I don't care what coach has been. Nobody has been able to get these guys to be consistent year in and year out. Who can get the Detroit Lions to be consistent? Mic drop.
You know, it's very consistent is you screwing over the person who goes after you. That's very consistent with your mic drops. And guess what? I'm not coming after you, Mark. I'm coming after you, Travis Troxel. How in the world do you come about that? First off, what's going on, James Wills? Welcome to the chat. Subscribe to Infinite Sports Network. We're close to 50 on there. It's a new channel we started the other day. Get up on there. All our content goes on there. Travis Troxel of Sports, Travis Troxel Sports Talk. Follow that up, man. Willie McGinnis.
Say what? Who? Say who?
Hey. No, I don't know how I'm going to follow this up, so bear with me, fellas. But, I mean, I see where he's coming from. Like, we want lightning in a bottle because we have been patient since 1957.
Right.
We've had one playoff win in 1991 where Barry Sanders made the Dallas Cowboys look like a bunch of fools.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we go to the NFC title game and just get our teeth kicked in and never had success ever since.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We've been patient. But I get where he's coming from. In order to really put together a real team, you have to have these valuable off seasons. You got to have, consistency in the front office. You have to have consistency with head coaches and coordinators and, all these other positional coaches. And now you can build your team around your coaching staff to put players to their likings on their roster so you can go out and win. Now, this is a make or break season for everybody. I mean, let's face it. You 3-12-1.
Yeah.
It's a make or break. If not, you're gone. Like,
It has to be.
The fans are going to murder them faster than anything. I mean, let's keep it
They're
real.
gonna do it. I almost did a bad joke. I'm not gonna go there, man.
I mean,
Don't do it, man.
I'm
Don't
not
do
doing
it.
it, man.
I mean, but let's face it. Like us Detroit Lion fans, we are super hard on our team.
Super
Like-
hard. D.
We're super hard for them strong D's.
Yes, we are.
Oh man.
Tone, man, what do you think about being? You're the patient man. You're the patient man.
I
Go ahead.
definitely am. Only thing is, I think Detroit is anything but patient.
That's facts.
I had to look up the Detroit head coaches. I just noticed since 2000, Detroit Lions have had one coach who lasted at least 4 years. Most of them last about 2 to 3 years. That is the exact opposite of patience. How you expect somebody to build a team from the ground up in 2 to 3 years? You're expecting a lot, to be honest. Like they said, Rome wasn't built in a day. You got to give some things time. The thing is you want to really look for is improvement. A lot of people talk about the record, and you don't want improvement on the record. You want improvement on the field. And 2018 to 2019, we saw some improvements. We also saw some declines from especially older players. I would also preach patience because actually at this point, if Patricia doesn't work out, then you're talking about a full scale, empty the building rebuild. Like most of these players are kind of built for Patricia's scheme. Staffers getting older. You would have to bring in eventually a new GM. Like at this point, like you kind of have to be patient. You're kind of forced to be patient at this point. Now, if the Lions were like, because if you're not patient, it just won't be good. Because to be honest, I would have give Patricia till next season. Like that would be like the longest I could give him. As much as I like him, I can't give you like 5 seasons after that point. I gotta see something, like maybe making the playoffs or something, Cause they just gotta build. Cause even we've talked about how Bob Quinn had to work with when he came here. He basically had an overachieving team with a bunch of old players that didn't get good draft picks because the Lions would go 9-7 or 8-8 and get the 17th pick, even though Lions need top 10 talent. Right. And there's a bunch of old players like Glover Quinn and who got old and didn't play as well. So the team started really declining because those are key pieces. Like you have to be patient, because if you don't be patient, the Lions are going to be the same thing. People talk about the same old Lions. Being patient is something the Lions wouldn't usually do. You would have like the Lions would usually do is they get rid of somebody. In order to stop being the same old Lion, you can't do the same things that you keep doing. That means you can't get rid of Patricia like that. I give him at least 2 years.
Mike Gray, welcome to the chat. I see you, and I'm gonna toss this one to Mark Orem from Orem's Forum. He is the older man in this group. He's been a Lions fan a little bit longer than we have. What do you think about patience? Patience?
Oh man, as a Lions fan, man, I got plenty of it, man. I got too much of it, actually. But I see what McGinnis is saying, though. But let's be honest with what McGinnis is really saying, guys. He's a Patriot backing up another Patriot. That's the old boys club over there. But I do understand what he's saying. But this is the thing, like Tone said, like if this thing falls apart with under Patricia, and then they have to get rid of him, could they imagine the downfall? Like just imagine everybody is gone. Everybody is gone, man. And so I guess we're kind of forced to be patient, if you want to like say it like that. But they need, like, Patricia has his guys. He has his guys in place. You think he does, right? Because they've got rid of some decent players. So we don't really have a choice, man, as fans. Because like McGinnis is telling us, the fans, be patient, fans. Be patient, Detroit. It's coming. It's coming. Like we've been there with him before. Okay, but we need to see it too in the same stretch. Like I get it, man. Like I want to be patient too. I have all kinds of patience, man. But if this thing falls apart, man, we're in a whole bunch of trouble. And then, like, what are you going to do if he wins 2-3 games or something like that, something crazy bad, like 2-3 games, 4 games, are they going to keep him again for another year? Like, I understand we had all kinds of injuries last year, and that sucked. And I think it had to do a lot with our record, obviously, because losing Stafford, losing a lot of guys on D. So, man, all we have is patience. So my patience is starting to wear a little bit thin, but I do get what Willie McGinnis is saying in the same stretch.
Here, I'm going to talk to you about patience. I'm going to talk to Lions fans here.
Just a little patience.
You want me to have patience? Then give me wins. I'm tired of losing. I hate losing. I want to see wins.
Yes.
6 wins is not good enough. 3 wins is not good enough.
Right.
Yeah.
Give me
12 and 1 is not
wins.
good enough.
I don't care how you get it. If you have to cheat, cheat. If you gotta take a baseball bat to Aaron Rodgers' leg, do it. I don't care. You're a Patriot. Cheat if you have to. You want to win football games.
I got you, Mike.
That's all I care about.
Right. If you
If
got
you
to deflate
ain't-
the balls.
Some wins.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Right.
Good league, man. That's all I want is wins.
That's
My
all,
patience
man.
run thins when I don't get wins. That's all I want.
And-
I don't
and
care if we win by 10 million points or by a cheat with a laser pen into a kicker's eye and then he misses the kick and we celebrate.
Right.
A win is a win. Any way you
Yeah.
find it.
I don't think you can get more patience than a Lions fan.
No.
We are very, very patient, man. We put up a lot with this team. You talking about fans that fill this stadium up every Sunday, but you're filling the stadium up to guys that don't win. A franchise that hasn't won. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand where Tone is coming from, what he's saying about, the being patient part. But man, how long can we be patient as fans? Because it's been a very, very long time for this franchise to start winning consistently. And that's what we're talking about. We're not just talking about winning 1 year, guys. We're talking about getting some consistency like how the Patriots have. Consistency. We'll see that this year. If the Patriots play this year, will they be consistent again with Cam Newton? We're going to get a chance to see how the team is going to look with another quarterback with the Patriots. And will they be consistent and make the playoffs again? Now, if they do make the playoffs again, then you could say, man, Bill Belichick is the man. And definitely, it doesn't matter what quarterback he has what it takes to get his players over the top. And that's the type of coach you need in Detroit. We want a coach that's going to get these players to go over the top. We're tired of losing. We're tired of losing, man. We're tired. You get frustrated with losing every single game. You know that you're the butt of somebody's joke or somebody's laughing at your team. All you can do is just get mad and shake your head and say, yeah, we lost again. We're tired of that as fans. We want something much more, and we want something great out there. And we should demand greatness from this franchise. We want greatness.
Facts.
Yes.
Can I say something?
Yep.
Yes, you're definitely going to want to say something. Go ahead, man.
Okay. So here's the thing. Like, Lions fans have been patient with the franchise, but they haven't really been patient with the team. Like, they've been patient. They've been sticking with the team, even though the history. But let me ask you this. How many people last year were asking for Matt Patricia to be fired? Or how many people last year wanted us to trade a pick?
It was half and half.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It was half and half. That's the opposite of patience. How many people want us to trade a pick and pick up a big name and trade for a player? That's the opposite of patience. That's the opposite of we want to be better than 1 year, because that's exactly what 1 year wonders do. That's what teams like the Rams do. 1 year wonders. You make it to the
have
Super
to
Bowl.
win, though.
Facts.
You cannot be in the NFL and not win. You have to win.
But
If you're
you gotta
doing
get to
6
that point.
wins, if you get 6 wins after a team goes 9-7, and then you get 3 wins, even though the quarterback did go down, but we lost to the Washington Redskins, and that team sucked. That team was bad.
It was horrible.
That I was the only one who said they're going to lose this game. I was like, no way. And they lost to Dwayne Haskins.
Yeah, I said they was gonna lose, Mike.
Oh, you did too.
Yeah.
No one thought they would lose to that team. I
Actually,
did.
I knew they was gonna lose.
Okay, that's
Because
bad.
Jeff
Like you
sucks.
just 0-6 in the division. You have to win. And I'm
You
with
gotta
you with
win.
patience. Your philosophy is 110%. 110% correct, Tone. 110% correct.
Now,
There's no
Mike-
doubt about it.
Now,
Here's
Mike.
the thing.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was about to say, because there's always a reason to patience. Like as much
Mhm.
like we talk about 2018, the reason the 2018 Lions only won 6 games, everybody knows it. The offense was struggling.
Yeah.
Not only that,
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford wasn't living up to his billing, right?
Yeah.
And in 2019, the offense got better. Well, I should say this. The offense got better at yardage and scoring points, but they weren't actually better at consistently moving the ball, which is actually one of the biggest problems because their Lions would go have a 12-yard drive, 59 yards, and the next 2 drives, it'd be 3 and outs, right? And even with Matthew Stafford was gone, we talked about it. They were in every single game. Even when Matthew Stafford was gone, the Packers game had to win by a field goal against David Blau. The Bears game, the Bears couldn't score the Bears couldn't even move the ball until like 2 minutes until halftime in that first Bears game, right? So that's why I mean, like, a lot of it has been like bad luck because even through the Jim Caldwell years, we were extremely lucky. And in the Matt Patricia years, we've been extremely unlucky, especially with injuries, results. Refs have been more unlucky than usual. Part of it is because as much as football is a game about skill, football is also a game about luck. Like whatever the way the pendulum swings can determine the game. And sometimes the better team doesn't win. Sometimes the lucky team just wins. That's how a lot of the Lions teams used to get to the playoffs. They would just get lucky, right?
I enjoy luck compared to losing. I like winning, but Dr. Detroit, he's 100%. And that's why I'm okay with Patricia being back here, getting the crybabies out of there. Folks, it is your time. It is a half an hour of you asking us questions, and we shall answer. I see that we got 92 in the chat. If you've not hit that like button, please hit the like button. Please, just tap it. Go tap, tap, tap. Smash it like the Hulk. Let's get it up there. I appreciate you. Ask us any question you want. Doesn't have to be necessarily about the Lions. It could be about anything. Go ahead, ask us individually, ask us as a whole. It is your time to shine. And here we go. Jorge, hashtag ISN. ESPN NFL Power Rankings came out a few hours ago for all 32 team projections for the next 3 years. Lions at 25. What do you think, Trox?
Lions at 25. I don't think so because I feel like offensively they're in the top. Hold on one quick second. We got Blitzadamus in the building.
Blitzadamus, speak your mind or forever hold your grid.
All righty, we got Blitzadamus in the building.
Hey, what's up? What's up? That's what they call me. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes.
Okay, I gotta elaborate on something real quick. I was gonna make a video about this, but quite frankly, I don't feel like it. And I feel this is my opinion. I think that Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn will get at least 2 more years. Let me tell you why. Matthew Stafford is solidified on the book this year and next year. The Lions would be idiots to get rid of him. The cap hit is too big. So therefore, what do? You got Matt Patricia, Bob Quinn, okay? Jim Caldwell, 4 years. Jim Schwartz, 5 years. If they fire Patricia, the new coach is going to want another quarterback. Matthew Stafford at that point will be 34-ish, 35, somewhere around there, and they're going to want it's going to be a rebuild at that point, and they're going to want their own guy. We saw what happened when Bob Quinn decided to keep Jim Caldwell. It wasn't his guy. We saw what happened when what's his name? Matt Patricia, decided to keep Jim Bob Cooter. It wasn't his guy. Okay? Matt, I believe, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think because at that point you have Matthew Stafford at the end of his contract where the Lions will have an out. Now, I don't know if it's this next year or the year after that. Then you have the 4 years that, in my opinion, you've got to give I'm going to call him Jim Caldwell, Matt Patricia, due to the fact that you've got, we've had 2 coaches in the last 12 years. So in my opinion, you've got to give this guy 4 years, and I think it'll be a solid 4 due to the fact that Matthew Stafford will be at the end of his contract where the Lions could have an out. And then that way, instead of bringing in a new GM and a new coach and then having to get a new quarterback, you can just wipe the slate clean and start from scratch at that point. So I think that those guys are going to be here for at least 2 more years. I do feel like this is a make or break for, and I just want to say something about 2018 real quick. I was very hard on Matthew Stafford, but we got to remember that his back was actually broken in 2018. There's a specific pass that he threw in the Thanksgiving game. Go watch my video. I ripped him a new one, okay? And he threw it like he was playing with his daughter. And when you go back and think about it, his back was broken, and he was playing with a fractured back. So I've got to look at that season as well as the 2019 season as kind of injury, riddled. And he's going to come out and he's going to perform this year. So with that being said, now it's time for the chat. Love you guys. Keep up the good work. Subscribe. We almost at 50 subscribers. Love you. Bye.
Okay, Trav, finish that question that was given by Jorge.
Okay, so I do think that our offense is in the top 10, if not the top 5, especially with a healthy Matthew Stafford and everybody healthy. Okay. And I think even without, say, Everson Griffen or anybody outside the team right now, I think right now we have at least a top 15 defense. You got rid of that clown face, Paul Pepperoni, and you brought in Corey Unlin, who has a Super Bowl ring. That means he's won in the NFL, not in college, not this, that, the other, not in any other leagues, but in the NFL. With that, I just feel like we could at least be a middle of the team with that balance of, okay, you're middle of the pack to your, with the top 5 offense. And I think you can really win. In fact, there's an article that actually came out by 97 Won the Ticket that says an NFL executive said that we could crown the Lions as Super Bowl champs as early as this year.
Well, that dude drinking more Kool-Aid than I am.
Woo.
He's drinking some real good Kool-Aid. I don't think our defense is going to be top 15.
That heavy bourbon.
That's some real Kool-Aid. That's that Jim Jones Kool-Aid.
I mean, you stop and think about it.
Jim Jones.
I mean, but I will say this. I mean, if you look at our defense, you got Danny Shelton, who's technically replacing Damon Snacks Harrison. You got a Nick Williams who's going to help, with getting guys continually to get healthy and stay fresh during a 60-minute football game. Then you got, Trey Flowers, who's going to play 16 games, as far as we know that he's healthy, because last year he came in banged up. Then you got, all these other guys that were banged up, your Okawaras, your, Austin Bryant's, all these other guys. You're going to get them healthy. So, and that's where I'm like, okay, if you can add an Everson Griffen to all this health and all the guys that we do have to help teach them how to win, we're home free. We could win a Super Bowl.
When it comes to the health, man, I think we need to add Everson Griffen to this team to keep the Gridiron Blitz healthy, and then keep Nick Bawden on the team to keep Travis Troxler healthy, because these guys are they need to make some noise. Hey, Nathan Bush, what's going on, man? He says, great show today, guys. Lions 5-0. And we're just going to keep going with the questions here, and I appreciate those hearts. Jeff Kolak says, do you think with no preseason, if he hasn't been signed yet, should we go with Logan Ryan, Mr. Tone? Well, he said the word nope. I'm going to just throw it to you, Tone.
No, because he's a slot corner, and he should be only a slot corner. When he's played outside, he's pretty much like Justin Coleman, but worse, right? He makes his money as a slot corner. Yeah, makes his money as a slot corner, and when you play him outside, he looks like average. And Justin Coleman is like a lot better than him. So unless you're going to replace Justin Coleman, which wouldn't make any sense because he's better, and you would probably catch a cap hit on that, I don't see why you'd pick up Logan Ryan.
Okay. What say you, my guy TA?
No, we don't. Yeah, we don't need Logan Ryan because we got young guys that we need to develop, and
Yeah.
his name is Amani Warrior.
Yes,
We
yes.
got young guys that we need to develop, man, and that's like Tone been saying. That's a part of it. That's a part of what we need to have. We got to develop our young guys. We got to get these guys to be better football players. And how do you do that? By allowing those guys to get snaps and get out on the field. If you sign Logan Ryan, what is he going to mean? Is he going to change the defense if he comes over? No. When you think about bringing somebody to the defense, you're thinking about bringing somebody that's going to be a game changer out there.
Yeah.
Somebody that's going to be impactful out on the field. If we sign Logan Ryan, would he be impactful? Probably not, because we don't have a real strong front seven.
I just want to see the young talent at this point. We got Monty Warrior, Jeff Okuda, Coleman in there. We got a lot of young talent in the secondary. I don't want to see another addition added. I think we're good. I think our secondary is really solid. Hashtag ISN, how do you think the Seattle Seahawks will do in the NFC West? I think they're going to be good, man. I think
they'll be solid again.
They're always solid.
good,
As long as you got a healthy Russell Wilson,
you
got a shot.
Good.
You got a shot, yeah.
They're going to be in the playoffs for sure. That division is tough, man. Look at the Seattle
that's
Seahawks.
tough, man.
49.
I'm telling you, man, the sleeper team over there is Arizona, man.
For sure,
Not
man.
sleep on Arizona, man.
Good
Facts.
Lord, your team is good in Seattle. I think that division. I am happy.
Yeah, that
I'm in
division is going to be tough this year.
Good grief, man. You legitimately could have 3 teams in the playoffs in that division. No doubt about it.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. Yep.
ISN from Jorge. Most of us are playing in ISN Fantasy League. Will we be able to draft by August 30th? I will throw that to Travis Troxel.
If we got a season, we should have the draft on August 30th.
And here's another thing for that. It's kind of pointless, guys, for you guys to even be attending the draft. I'm gonna win it anyway.
Oh yeah, okay.
Just take
Not
a
a
knee,
chance, bro.
The
take a
champ
knee.
is here. The champ is here.
The champ is right here, guys. And also TA Noble Sports made a huge accomplishment this week, and he is now the top dog in Detroit Lions YouTube with a lot of subscribers.
Yeah, buddy.
Man, thank you.
Congratulations, TA. A lot of hard
I
work,
appreciate
brother.
that, guys. I appreciate that.
Shout out TA.
And
Thank
you know, when you do good, man, it's definitely time to recognize. And soon you'll be at 8, and we'll be sending you a plaque. When you reach 10K, we are sending you a plaque. Boo hoo, Mike. Jorge, go ahead, TA.
And no matter if I'm gonna tell you, anybody that's thinking about doing YouTube, you have to understand this, that you're going to get people that's going to hate you for doing what you do. But you know what? You keep doing what you do. Don't stop doing what you're doing, because people are going to hate you for trying to strive for greatness. You should strive for greatness. You shouldn't settle for less. Strive for greatness. If you're going to be a YouTuber, you're going to have to put the work in. YouTube is not an easy thing. As you can tell right now, guys, we are a small channel still. Even though I got 7K subscribers, my channel is still small. I'm not a big channel.
Yep.
So you have to put the work in. If you want to be a YouTuber, you're going to have to put the work in. You're going to have to grind it out with the videos. You're going to have to knock them out like crazy, like you're out there playing baseball. But keep your heads up. If you out there and you making content, don't let nobody deter you. You are going to get people that's going to troll you and things of that nature. But don't worry about that. Keep your head up and keep going.
Yep. And that's facts, man. Dr. Detroit is a member of my channel. Huge shout out to Dr. Detroit. I appreciate you, man. And if you want to become a member, hit that join button. We have fun. Dr. Detroit says, I just want another young stud on the line. I agree with you. I do too.
Yeah, I agree
and
with you.
I really would like to have another. Now we are negative 9 million on the defensive line right now. So we still have money that we averagely spend. And so I expect another individual to be brought in for our defensive line. Yeah. You know, I know that a lot of people want Everson Griffen. I prefer like an individual like Marcel Darius. He's not obviously young, but I just think the interior. But if we get another individual like an Everson Griffen, I would be perfectly fine with that. So we'll talk about that, Mark. We got 9 million. We're going to spend probably more on the defensive line. That's generally we average 9 more million. Do you think we should? Yes. Do you think we should bring in another guy? And if so, not just who, but what position? D-line, DN?
Well, I'm still looking. I would still like them to go after a defensive end, but I would really like a guy like Marcus Golden to come in here. I've been kind of like pushing for that guy for a bit. I really like what he would bring to the table, and he can play a little bit of jack linebacker as well too. We got guys like Austin Bryan and Julian Okwara that kind of hold down that position, and Jamie Collins too, by the way.
Yeah, yep.
Does that a little bit too. But I really like Marcus Golden, and then with you too, Mike. I really like Marcel Darius just to come in here, maybe just stop the run. And there's another kid too that I don't think he's been signed yet. I think his name is Chris Covington from the Dallas Cowboys, or Cliff Covington.
Okay.
If I'm saying, I kind of forget his first name, but he was one of the best run-stopping defensive tackles in the league last year. He's a big kid. And I don't think the Cowboys re-signed him or any other team. So either a Marcus Golden or a Covington for me.
Okay. I like those.
Yeah, those are great pickups.
What about you, TA?
Yeah. When it comes to somebody I want somebody that's going to be, and I just want the piece to the puzzle out. I want that you got a defense missing something to the season. Somebody is missing
in and out.
Yeah, somebody is missing.
Yeah. We got some Robo TA going on. Robo TA. Robo TA. Tone, what about you, man? What do you think?
If I was to address any position in FA for the D line, it would probably be the 3-tech. We don't really have a lot of pass rush out of 3-tech. Like, other than, we have Deshaun Hand, who has had injury problems. We have Nick Williams, who was a one-year wonder. So you can't really trust those two. So what I would firstly do, brace yourself for this, I would hit up Mike Daniels, right?
Oh!
Hey,
got the injury, man.
I got something for that one.
No!
You don't want EG. You don't want EG. You want Mike Daniels and not EG? Oh man!
That's funny.
Because I can probably get Mike Daniels on extremely cheap contract.
Because
Like
they never
last
gonna
year,
be on the field, man.
You'd probably get him for free.
exactly. Hey, it's low
He'll
risk.
probably pay us to be on the team.
Low risk,
high
high
reward.
reward. We had to pay him nothing, and if he's healthy,
Literally,
he could be good. It's pretty much
I'd
that.
rather
Just
have
pretty much just
Tennessee
that.
penetrate that line than that.
I don't want Mike Daniels penetrating the line.
I want no part of that guy.
Oh man, Mike Daniels be penetrating TA.
No, man, no, he won't.
that's an image. That's an image I don't want nothing to do with.
Oh,
I do want to put in something real quick though. Like
here we go.
Interior defensive line. The Lions total right now is $12,091,055. The league average is $21,876,260. Our edge rush is $23,205,431. The league average is $22,345,660. So we are actually underpaid on the interior defensive line.
That's facts.
Yeah.
That's facts. That's all facts. I don't know what else to say to there. It's just facts on facts with facts crime. I mean, facts. You know what I'd like to add? Now, Bob Quinn, I know you're not going to do this, but this is my guy. It rhymes with Joe Tooney.
Facts.
Please don't pick him up.
Pick him up.
Let's
go. Let's make this offensive line the greatest offensive line in football.
Don't you do it, Bob Quinn.
Don't do it.
Don't you do it, Bob Quinn.
If he ain't saying he gonna guarantee he gonna sign here, don't do it.
Oh yeah. Well, he's got to sign.
Oh yeah, he's got to sign.
Yeah, he's gonna want a lot of money. He's gonna want a lot of money.
That you really now. Jorge says this. He says, "Does Grid have insight about EG in any news?" Grid has been on the grid when it comes to Detroit Lions players. I'm not sure what's going on with this guy, but everyone responds to the Gridiron Blitz. Everyone responds to him if you're a Lions player. Make sure you follow him on Twitter because this guy's getting talked to by all these people. He's making more news than CNN right now. And CNN is 24/7. So, man, make sure you follow him on Twitter. It's going great. Breaking news, Grid in Minnesota talking to EG. Oh, my. Grid. Breaking news, Grid in Minnesota talking to EG.
Oh, my God.
He's doing push-ups right now for EG. Damn, man, this guy is all about EG, all day EG. Let's get some more question, folks. I'm upset we had a 5-0 lead at one point. I'm not sure.
Oh, the Tigers and the Reds, it's tied at 6, top of the seventh.
Preseason.
Get used to that. Get used to that.
Hey, and out there, I will be live streaming Tigers games starting Friday. Oh, yeah. It's going to be fun, man.
Buddy.
It's going to be
fired
fun.
up, man. Yeah, baseball.
We're going to have some fun, man, because I'm ready for some sports. We're going to talk some Tigers, and we'll go through it. So that'll be fun, man. So make sure that you subscribe to my channel if you've done so, and everybody else on here. And if you haven't hit that like button, please do so. We got 68 in the chat. It's been a good one so far. And if you got any more questions, let us know. The PFF says the Lions have the 7th best wide receiver combo. Thoughts on that, Mark Orm?
Yeah, man. You know what? I was looking at that earlier, and I was I wrote down some things there. I got them about 6 or 7 too. 6 or 7 too with like Atlanta, Tampa Bay, the Browns, Cowboys, Saints, and the Chiefs combo there. Probably a little bit better than the Detroit Lions. You just can't go wrong with guys like Galladay and Jones and then Amendola. So I kind of like it. At least they showed him a little bit of respect there. And because the top 5 or 6 really, really good wide receiver combos there. So I'm glad that we're getting a little bit of recognition finally. Because everybody else just craps on us. So it's good to see that.
Yeah.
So
they do give us love more than the other legacy media outlets. What say you, Troxel? What do you think about that?
Oh, man, how do I go after Mark? I mean, it's about time that they're giving us some love. We have to get that love, because, I mean, we got what? Kenny Galladay. We got Marvin Jones Jr., and then if you want to go more in depth into detail, eventually it's going to be Kenny Galladay, Quintez Cephas, Marvin Hall, Deep Ball Hall. Let's not forget about him. Yep. That's going to be our starters, pretty much, I would say maybe next year. Because you got Danny Amendola. This is probably going to be his last season with us. I mean, shout out to the Gridiron Blitz. He did call him last season, and and he's been a major addition for us. But he was brought in pretty much to teach these wide receivers. Okay, hey, this is what you got to do to win. You got to actually want to put your body on the line. Mm-hmm. You got to go out there and dive. You got to put yourself sometimes in harm's way in order to get that first down. I mean, he got injured on that one play that got us the first down, and he gave his body up. I love stuff like that because that is winning football. It's not about the, fancy smancy type plays. It's not about, all that. It's about going out there and playing actual football. There not about the, it's not about the names on the back of the jerseys. It's about, the names that are in front, which is Lions. It's about the team. And we're finally starting to get that recognition. And that's what really, it makes me happy because it's like, it's about darn time. It's about time.
Some people are just salty and some people just are negative, and no matter what you do, they're just going to be like that. What about you, TA? What do you think about getting some love from PFF?
I think that is cool. I think that, being 7th.
Mike.
It's cool, man. Good answer. Rip it up, TA. Okay. Tone, what do you think about that, man?
Would I put the Lions 7th? 7th is probably around where I'll put the Lions. I might put them a little lower. I'm not surprised they're at 7. Actually, I am kind of surprised. Well, I'm surprised that the Chiefs were above them. That actually surprises me because other than Tyreek Hill, they have nobody. They have Sammy Watkins, who hasn't been.
Sammy Watkins, yeah.
Yes. When you talk about a guy like that, do I even need to say anything? Because the Lions, for me, probably, if I had to rank the Lions as, I would probably put them probably around 7, maybe 8 or 9. They're at least top 10 at the worst. They just don't have a top end number 1 receiver, but they have they have good depth and a good number 2. Now, this is just talking about receivers. This ain't receiving core. This doesn't include tight ends. Yeah, it's just receivers. So that makes it a lot easier in the Lions.
Mm-hmm. Are you discrediting?
We don't have a top wide receiver, Antonio?
Are you discrediting Kenny Golladay?
You are.
I said we don't have a top number 1. Like Kenny Golladay is good, but he's not top 10.
Oh yes, he is, brother.
11 touchdowns.
I will name 10 receivers better than Kenny Galladay right now.
Okay, go.
Okay, do it.
Okay, I already know y'all about to get us up by this one.
Okay, I'll do the fingers up. Go ahead.
Of course, Tyreek Hill. That's easy. Mike Thomas, Julio Jones, Stephon Diggs. That's pretty easy too.
I don't agree there.
Diggs, one of the best route runners and one of the best rat guys in the league. Only problem with him is his attitude. But when we talking about just on the field play, he's a beast.
Receiver. He's a beast. Okay.
I don't think Diggs is better because he's going to be with the Buffalo Bills. I don't think he's going to.
Yeah, he has Josh Allen as his QB. Yeah. He throws rockets to the cameraman.
Yeah, that's true, brother. That's true. Keep going.
Adam Thielen. That's pretty. Okay. Of course. How can I forget Devontae Adams, best receiver in the division?
I agree. Yep.
Okay.
I know I want to put Allen Robinson over him, but I already know y'all not gonna like that.
No way.
No.
There's a couple more though. There's a couple more that are better though. There's a couple more.
Yes, Kenny Galladay. There's of course Chris Godwin. There's Mike Evans. There's Amari Cooper. I'm low key. No, well, this is the thing. There's what's his name for the Broncos? I forget his name.
You ain't know his name, man. That ain't good.
His name because I was thinking about Jerry Jeudy for some reason.
What, Cortland Sutton?
No rookie.
Yeah, Cortland Sutton. Him and Galladay are just pretty similar to me. So they're like in that same.
They're pretty similar. Yeah, they're pretty.
Yeah,
similar.
I wouldn't put.
I'll give you that.
Yeah,
I think you're reaching now, Antonio. I think you're reaching, brother.
Nah, I'm not putting Galladay top 10. You know,
he's definitely top 10.
The top 10.
He's top 10, man.
He's just outside the top 10. If he was a better route runner, or if he just separate, well, he don't separate, so that's part of the problem. If he was more physical, that would also help him out more because Mike Thomas is like extremely physical. For as big as Kenny Galladay is, you would think he's more physical because he gets out physical a lot. For as big as Kenny Galladay is,
you think so?
Yes.
No.
When you really noticed it, especially against that Cowboys game against Barwin Jones, they just put that man on the island for a lot of that game, and they said, "I dare you to throw it." And when they did, it didn't go well. Because a lot of Kenny Galladay's plays. All right, I want anybody to look at most Kenny Galladay plays. I want you to ask yourself, could Marvin Jones do the same thing? And most of the time, you probably say, yes, he could. Because a lot of times it's like think about games like. One of them
he can't because his injury. He always gets injured.
Okay, if we talking about a healthy Marvin Jones, he could do the majority of the things that Kenny Galladay can do. He does a lot of things even better. Like a lot of Kenny Galladay's touchdowns are either Matthew Stafford or scheme.
He had 11 last year, and half the year we had David Blau and Jeff Driscoll.
All right,
I'll tell you this. I'll drop a bold prediction right now. Kenny Galladay makes a Pro Bowl and All Pro.
I don't know about that. Pro Bowl, I can see. Yeah,
All Pro is the most important one.
Yeah, well, because Pro Bowl is a popularity contest. Let's be real
right? Here. But I think you're right, Trox.
Stafford can throw for 10,000 yards and have 100 touchdowns and be an alternate in the Pro Bowl.
Okay, you guys got me on that one, but
Yeah,
I at
So-
least have him as an All Pro.
okay.
Oh, same here. Yeah.
I think he's the top 10. I would agree with a lot of those guys he did say. I do agree.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, how could I forget Hopkins? How could I forget that?
Well,
Yeah, Hopkins
can't forget
definitely,
DeAndre
100%,
Hopkins. He is for sure.
Yeah, just telling me more guys.
Folks, we have
Yeah, but man, not all those guys were.
And
better
you
than
want to
Kenny
know
now.
what, too? Those guys they're like some of these guys, they're getting older and their body is getting a little more broke down. And I think that the ceiling for Galladay is going up while some of these guys are going down. So I think the trajectory will change in that sense. But we have been on for nearly 2 hours, and it is time for last words. And I am going to throw it to Antonio Hightower. He has some fantastic answers today, as well as a nice debate with the grid. What do you got to say to the folks out there?
It was definitely fun being on the show today. You know, can't wait to come on next week. And Cam Newton is washed up. That's all I have to say.
Nice one.
Oh man, let's not throw a stinger in there. Let's not do that.
I agree.
What about you, Mark Oram? While we finish this bad boy out, what do you got to say to the folks?
Yeah, guys, thanks for coming and joining us, man. It was a great night, man. Good show. Yeah, man. Gonna drop some content on you guys. Probably tomorrow. I got some stuff coming out, and yeah, man. Thanks a lot, guys. Great show.
Generally, I always go last, but the last time I had another person on here, I had the Gridiron Blitz go last because of what happened to Troxel. Troxel's on here, so I'm going to go next, and he's going to go last. I appreciate everybody showing out. Much love and respect. If you have not hit that like button, please do so. We got some big-time news coming up here. Can't wait to drop it and bring quality content to you every single day. I drop a video at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, the Gridiron at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you subscribe to Infinite Sports Network. That's where all our videos and all our content is going to be on there. Make sure you subscribe to. You see that little fist there? Subscribe to that channel. We want to get 50. It's humbling that everybody came out. We hit over 220 today. Awesome for a Tuesday. Much love. And I'm going to throw it to Travis Troxel.
Well, I do want to say I appreciate everybody for coming out. Shout out to the 165 thumbs up. Hopefully we could see 170. But I do want to say I appreciate each and every single person that, put up the hashtag Troxel Strong, gave prayers and well wishes. I appreciate you guys. I felt each and every single one, and it really touched me. So I do appreciate you guys. It means a whole lot. I will be doing a actual live stream game on the 30th. It is the LA Lakers and the LA Clippers. I'll be doing that game. I believe it's at 9:00. So I will be doing that game. So stay tuned. I know Mike just said he was going to do the Tigers on Friday. So, ISN, we got big things coming. And make sure you subscribe to the Infinite Sports Network channel. And love you guys all. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Practice social distancing. Because we need sports back, and the only way to get sports back is by social distancing. And, continue wearing your mask. Love you guys. This is Truck Sports Dog, and I'm out. Peace.
Adios.